Hello, yes, this is your girl, Queen of Commentary, and we are back with another video. Now, this video is about a man who is accused of fatally injuring his girlfriend at his car dealership. So they were partners, and of course, he is on the run. But before we get into the story, make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe if you have not already, and cut those notifications on. All right, so we're just going to get right into it. So this is a used car salesman. He is being accused of hiring a hitman to fatally injure his ex-girlfriend after their breakup. Okay? Georgia authorities said that he is now on the run. His name is Stoney Williams. He is 41, and he is wanted for the charges of malice and felony fatal injury in the demise of Miss Courtney Owens, who was 34. So I was looking at a few of the videos or the commercials or the ads that these two were doing. They were basically working together. They were partners at a used car dealership or whatever, and everything seemed okay, I guess. But you know what, this is why you do not look at couples on social media or celebrities and things like that and look up to them and say, oh, they're a good couple, oh, they have a business together. Don't be jealous, because you just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Okay. Last month at the Atlanta area car dealership, they co-owned. So they actually co-owned this dealership together. So yeah, they were supposed to be like a power couple. Witness said that a masked man walked into the Royal Court Motors in Snellville and shot Miss Owens before running away. Okay, so I listened to the actual news. I might have a clip. I probably have a clip in this, guys. I'm not sure. So you guys could actually hear the commentary of it. Okay, so the authorities charged 23-year-old Wesley Vickers. Oh my gosh, so he's 23 years old. More than likely, he's going to go to jail for the rest of his life. Authorities said further investigation revealed that Williams arranged to have Owens fatally injured. So basically, Wesley probably dimed him out, basically said he was hired to do the job, and it looks like he just went into the dealership where she was and did what he was paid to do, I guess, and just left. Williams and Owens' previous relationship was ending, and they had been in business. They were business partners and were separating assets. See, so they weren't married, but I guess they were kind of married in business. Same thing. So apparently he probably did not want to split anything with her. In his mind, it's obvious that it was a package deal. If you're not in a relationship with me, you're not going to get half of this business. So guys, it's safe to say, don't even get in business with anyone if you're not married to them. Authorities said Williams has at least a dozen of aliases, which is like other names that he goes by. Okay. So yeah, he's on the run. So him being on the run says that he is guilty of this, more than likely. And first and foremost, condolences to the family, guys. This is so unfortunate. This came across my desk and I said, you know what, let me do a video. Be careful of who you date. Be careful. I mean, even if you have some awesome things that are in, you guys have in agreement with, or, it doesn't mean that you guys are perfect. I would never try to even get in the business, even though I see it all the time. I see people who are in businesses who are not married. But if they're not worth getting married, business is even worse. Business and pleasure doesn't even mix. So it's even hard for a married couple to work together. So if you guys are just girlfriend and boyfriend, that makes absolutely no sense. That's definitely putting the cart before the horse. It's not worth it. And yeah, I'm sure there were some things going on in the relationship that the only reason why she probably stayed as long is because of the business, which a lot of people kind of use money as a tool to keep somebody. And I guess enough was enough, and she was like, whatever. And he said, well, this story right here will make you think twice before getting into a real serious relationship. It'll make you think twice before making a family with someone. It'll make you think twice before getting into business. If I had to really say something about this situation, about this man allegedly getting someone else to hire, getting someone to fatally injure. He hired someone to fatally injure his girlfriend. If I had to say something, I would say she probably did not know what the heck was going on until it was too late. Red flags. Isn't that what the younger folks say now? Red flags. Sometimes we ignore them, right? Now, I myself have never been in a relationship where things were abuse was going on, if you will. But I have seen people who had abuse in their relationships. And the mistake is this: not forgiving, but forgetting and not leaving. The first time somebody does something that puts your well-being, not just life, because by the time your life is in danger, it's probably too late. We have to have more of a barometer, a thermometer, whatever you want to call it, something that gauges what we are willing to go through, or it could be called boundaries. Okay? If you are uncomfortable, and it usually starts off with maybe a little name calling out your name, or you may see them, just become angry. If that little jump in your chest happened, you're like, oh my gosh, did they just do this? Because men and women do this, right? It's not just men, even though this might be on the, male did this, but abuse happens on both sides. You tend to forgive or forget to say, oh, well, they had a long day. Oh, they just had an issue in their family. Oh, they didn't have a father in their life. I mean, you kind of just make a whole bunch of excuses for people. Stop doing that, because excuses will lead to what happened in this story. Okay, so that's my extra commentary, because I know people may want to, that might have helped somebody, that little extra part I put on this video. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You have to have kind of boundaries and say, look, I'm not going to deal with this. Like with myself, when I was younger, I had a huge anger problem. Oh, yeah. And I basically had an outer body situation, not to mention how my husband reacted to how I would act. So you have to be cognitive. Yes, I'm going to I have a therapist. And she just told me that about cognitive, which is basically being there in thought, meaning you are actually thinking about the words that are coming out of your mouth. You're thinking about your actions and things like that. You're cognitive. You're aware. Yeah. So once you become aware of yourself, you can actually change yourself. But you can't change others. That's the thing. You can't change somebody. I could do everything I can do, or my husband could have done anything he could have done. But if I didn't make that choice to say, you know what, I don't want to be such an angry bird anymore. I want to make changes. And that happened 15 years ago. And now we're still here, almost 20 years. Boom, married. So I had to start doing that work. But he didn't change me. It was nothing he could do. He couldn't give me flowers. He couldn't say I'm sorry. He couldn't do anything to tell me to change. I had to change myself. So my point is, don't stay in a situation, because you think you can change the person. The person's not going to change. You let the next person change him, maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying, hey, let them be somebody else's burden. No, because hopefully they'll change with you leaving before the barometer is too high. Once it becomes too high, anger It's just not something that you can diffuse overnight. It's really over time. And that's coming from someone who literally knows that they had an anger problem. Anger is always beneath the surface. It's dormant. So I always know it's there. That's how I can control it. But I can only control myself. No one else can control. So to anybody who may be in a relationship that may be, of course, not to this situation, but you feel like, hey, yeah, that person can get a little whatever, get out before it's too late, right? Sounds kind of cliche, but it's true. Thanks for listening.